Okay, done.
All right. So thank you very much for coming, and I'm sure there's a few more people who will join us. So while waiting, can you all please search and mark out some of the words, just to keep you occupied and busy for a while. Okay, we got change, we got leader, contribution, purpose, coaching, passion,
Value.
value. Okay. Yep. We got process.
Because consider you are not active now.
We had passion.
But in terms of to give them the
I hope there'll be more people coming in. We only have 12.
It's the graveyard shift yoga.
Okay, I'll give you guys another 2 minutes to finish, then we'll start the class. Hoping for a few more people. So looks like we've got only one left, improving and priority. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. This was an activity to keep you occupied for a while waiting for the rest. Now, let's get going. Okay, thank you very much for coming for this webinar. This is part of our VLC certification. So, and all of us got to learn how to do this 1 hour webinar to get certified. We all know that. And this is part of the process. So let's get rocking. Now, there are a few agreements that I would like you to take on. One, please stay on mute unless you're speaking. I hope you will participate because participation is pretty critical for this topic. Have a piece of paper and pen with you. Be open for personal reflection, and Vanessa has agreed to be my co-host, and together with Kabi. Vanessa will be handling the chat box, and if there are any questions which I miss out, she will help put that through. Now, if you understand all this, then put a stamp up here. And if some of you not familiar, to put a stamp, go to annotate, get down to the stem, choose a star, and then bring it down and stem here. Okay, excellent. So you all are in agreement with this. Now let's move on to the next. My name, Yogalingam, trainer, facilitator, coach, 28 years in the corporate sector and 8 years in training. Training is my passion, and I need to clear all the drawings. Okay. Training is my passion, and the subject of leadership and leadership development is of interest to me. And in all my training programs, it has been changing, growing, innovating, improving every day. That's what keeps me awake in my training programs. So what are we going to cover here today? In this room, we've got quite a number of people with experience, a lot of experience, years of experience with their own leadership skills, leadership styles, leadership abilities, and you have been performing to your job with your unique leadership abilities. You have been able to dance around with all the knowledge and skills you have. So hopefully out of this little journey, which you're going to go with me, you will pick on and reflect back on your leadership abilities and improve on your leadership effectiveness based on some of the things we're going to talk today. So reflect is a key important aspect today. So the key message in my journey with you today will be leadership is not about personality. It is about behavior. It is about actions. People follow what we do, not we say. We all keep hearing that, right? Now, I'd like to give you a little activity to work on. Close your eyes, please. Close your eyes. Imagine a leader who you admire. Could be from the world stage, could be home, could be family, could be office, could be anywhere, could be religion. Think about a leader you admire, and when you're ready, open your eyes, and in the chat box, write down the name of that person, the image of the leader you admire. Anybody putting it in the chat box?
Yeah, it's all in the chat box already, Yoga.
I seem to have a problem looking at my chat box. Dr. Lai, you had the same problem?
Yoga, you go up on the top of the screen there.
Yeah,
that?
okay, I got it.
You got it ready? Yeah.
Okay.
Can you see it now, Yoga?
Yes.
Okay.
Kalidas, Nelson Mandela. Could you share with us why Nelson Mandela, Kalidas?
Well, his nature, his character, somehow or other oozes out that he understands a person and the love for his nation, Yoga.
Fantastic, thank you. How about Vincent? Jack Ma. Like to share with us why you selected Jack Ma, Vincent?
All right. Yeah, I just admire him for his perseverance. He never really gave up. Can you hear me?
Yes, very clear, Vincent. Irene, you have selected Obama. Like to share? Or you're still in the kitchen?
Yes. Yeah, I'm still in the kitchen. And my laundry just finished. Anyway, Obama, yeah, I admire his tact and diplomacy, regardless of who is addressing with. It can be a VIP, it can be even a small child. He's always the same, very respectful to others and very empathic as a leader.
Fantastic. Pushpa, you have said Mother Teresa. What's your thoughts on that?
And love and compassion. That's just amazing.
Fantastic. And I like what Faisal put in, my parents. Faisal, you like to share? Faisal, are you there? Well, I didn't. He's on, but he's not speaking. All right. Thank you. And Asohan, Mother Mangalam.
Okay. Basically, why? Because I think Mother Mangalam has spent a lot of years. I think she's about 89 now. She has always believed in uniting. So that inspires many people. And she has touched many hearts, many children, and all. I think, like what you have said, Yoga, it's about what they do rather than whatever they say. So she's basically just a doer in terms of whatever that she's doing.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. And thank you for closing your eyes and admiring and coming out with the name of a leader. Now, let me continue. There are these are some of the people who we call themselves great world leaders: Aung San Suu Kyi, Mother Teresa, Gandhi, Abraham Lincoln, Martin Luther King. Now, what do these leaders have in common? Again, in your chat box, appreciate if you can come out and write down what do we see these people? What do these leaders have in common? Vanessa, I continue to have a problem in my chat box. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's up. You just go right to the top of the screen, and then it will sort of come down.
Oh, okay.
It'll drop down a little bit.
Oh, every time I just need to. Okay, thanks.
Yes, you just scroll over it. Yeah.
Okay. So, what are the things? Anybody wants to give it a shot? Yes. Vision, influential, a higher purpose. Principles and purpose, courage, character, strong-minded. Well, what all these leaders have in common is a strong belief on a matter of principles. They have unwavering commitment to a very clear set of values. Now, what are values? Just want to share with you my thoughts. Values drive decisions, decisions drive behavior, and behavior drive results. We need to embed ourselves on very clear values. Now, values supply us with the moral compass by which we navigate the course of our daily lives. We are all faced with many situations where we need to go out there and make decisions every day in our daily lives. Left, right, north, south, west, east. And what do? We have to have the moral compass, which are our values guiding us in our daily lives. I like to do a little exercise. Now, what you look for and admire in a leader, someone whose direction you would willingly follow. Let me repeat. What you look for and admire in a leader, someone whose direction you would willingly follow. Now, to do this exercise, I need you to have a piece of paper and a pen in front of you. Here I've put 20 personal traits, characteristics, and from these 20, I like you to select five values, traits, or characteristics which you admire in a leader and you're willingly follow. I give you a minute to two to select that five. Once you have completed, then just put in the chat box, yes, or why. Again, select five. if you have selected your 5, then just type it in the chat box, or you just put a Y saying, I have selected. And the last one coming in. Okay, thank you. Looks like all of you have sent it in. Now, what I'd like you to do is to take the 5 which you have selected and stamp. Choose a symbol and stamp it onto the box, just like the exercise we did at the start. Which of the 5 are your selected values? Keep going, keep going. Okay. If you have all done it, please, again, in your chat box, please say a Y, because I'm not able to see whether everybody has done it.
Most done already, Yoga. They've put
Okay,
Y
thank
there.
you. All right. Now, let's look at these details together. Now, which one has come out as the most? Quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Looks like inspiring came out the highest, right? Am I right? Next was dependable. And you guys can help me here. Do a count.
After that, honesty, I think.
Next was honesty.
Honesty, yeah.
Next was probably courageous. Agree? Are we okay? Competent, is competent correct? You have only 4 blocks there. Okay. So we got 4 of forward-looking, dependable. We've got 6. So the topmost is inspiring. And next is honest. We've got dependable, we've got forward-looking, and somebody is clicking the love star everywhere. Okay, who is that, please? All right. I'd like to share with you, so keep a note of what we picked on as the highest. We picked inspiring, honest, competent, dependable.
Yoga, I got the observation here.
Yeah, sure.
In fact, I was looking for words like action-oriented.
Okay.
Show good example.
Uh-huh.
Right. If a person doesn't show good example, the rest doesn't seem to make sense.
Okay.
You know what I mean or not?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Here I was looking at our personal traits and values.
Yeah.
We can hold that question later on.
Yeah.
But here I wanted to actually look at personal traits and values.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. So I'd like to share some data of research done by 2 professors of leadership. They've written a book called The Leadership Challenge, and it has been they've done research across many years, and in that research, actually, They have done phenomenal detailed work. 100,000 leaders across the world. And these leaders are in all various functions, various organizations, various roles and responsibilities, from corporate to restaurants, to hotels, to religious leaders, to you name it, leadership roles in various different functions. 100,000 leaders survey done across continents. This survey is not a US-centric survey. Across industries, various kinds of industries, over 30 years, every 5 to 6 years, they continue to do the survey, the research, and done over 12 languages. Phenomenal amount of research done. And in that research, they have done the same question which I've asked you. What values or traits do you look forward for in a leader you will follow, you would like to follow, the one you admire? And from that 30 years of survey, these are the 4 which comes out the highest. The first one comes out topmost over 30 years of data. If you notice, 87 to 2017, and they continuously update their research work. Phenomenal work done. The first one comes out is honesty. Second one, forward-looking. Third, inspiring. And fourth, competent. These are the 4 values, personal traits, characteristics which people look out for in a leader they admire. And what people look out for has been constant over time. That's another key message I like to deliver. Over a 30-year period, constant over time. The research also went into various geographies, and the research updated in the year 2017 even shows data across all the specific countries, including our beloved Malaysia. Now, all these countries, all the leadership in that role, again looked at these 4 criteria: honesty, forward-looking, inspiring, and competent.
Yoga.
Yes,
I assume
was that Vincent?
You're referring to everybody in Malaysia except the politicians, I take it.
I knew that would be coming from one of you guys, right? This research was what people look out for in leadership. It's not what people are seeing today in the real world, right?
Yoga.
Yes.
Earlier on, there was a question from Dr. Lai also regarding values, and he would like to know your opinion on Trump's values. What do you think?
Trump fails everything of this. Incompetent.
Incompetent?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's incompetent in running the country, you know. It's really.
So what are his values?
Well, he has no values.
I'm sure he's guided by certain values.
His value is not what you want anyway. Not why I want. I tell you, if you have Trump in Malaysia, then you die standing.
Yeah, you said just now, inspiring, right? Okay, so I'm not able to comment on Trump's values, and I think we all know that he's driven by probably people call him dumb, people call him all kind of words, but what is he driven by? I have really no idea.
I think it's his personal ambition.
Greed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Personal
Money?
ambition. Yeah, money.
Power? Empire? Okay. So let's go back to what we talked about in our class here. So from the survey done over 100,000 people, these are the 4 which came out. Now let's get into a little bit detail and look at what we understand by these key words. Honest. Describe in your own words. Again, in the chat. I like you guys to participate. What in your mind are keywords describing honesty? Truthful, polite, thank you. Walk the talk. genuine, transparent, integrity, keep to the agreements. I like to add on a few more keywords. It's about being truthful, integrity, trustworthy, and has got character. Now let me go to the next word, forward looking. Can we have you guys describing in your own words again? Vision, Asohan, thank you. Visionary, visionary. Yes, visionary, foresighted. You like a leader concerned about the future, has a very clear sense of direction. Thank you, Dr. Lai. Big picture, good plan. Now let's move on to the third one, inspiring. How do you describe a leader with inspiring values? Strategic thinking, motivating. Thank you, motivating. Able to influence, Pushpa. A role model, influential, energizing. Well, inspiring to me would be very enthusiastic, very energetic, positive about the future, uplifting, very passionate person. Now, let us look at the other one. The next one, competent. Again, in your chat box. Very capable, credible, capable. Problem solver, all right. Has capability, very knowledgeable, ability, skillful, experience. Thank you. Effective and efficient. Thank you, Pushpa, you hit it right. For competent, it would be about capability, capable, proficient, effective, efficient, sound judgment. Now, I have a question which is a point of reflection for all of us here. If we believe in the survey done, the research done, and these are the 4 values which people look out for as great values, which people look out for as leadership traits, with 100,000 over people being surveyed. Now, these values, therefore, are being looked upon as good values in leadership. Now, how would you rate yourself in these 4 values? I don't need you to answer. This is a takeaway for you, right? You don't need to answer in the group, but just spend a few minutes reflecting yourself. How aligned are you in your own behavior with these various characteristics, these personal traits? Give you a minute to reflect on your personal self. And imagine, and the key thing, the last point I like to add is, we can be honest, we can be inspiring, but are we consistently over time? That's another key factor in leadership, which is consistently practicing the value over time. I'll give you a minute to actually reflect on yourself. And when you feel that you're completed, then give me a why. And is anybody willing to share? Michael, did you say why for the first question or the second question?
First question, Yoga.
It was a fast one, right? Kalitas, sir, would you like to just share?
Well, this is where I muted myself, hoping and praying that Yoga would not call. but as he is trying to make me obliged to keep to my words. So yoga, mine would be on a quadrum, you know, some I would rate high, some I would rate low, but there's always a room for improvement. Some of the things I ticked, honesty is there, inspiring is there, competent is there. So I guess that's my personal relationship to the characteristics. And definitely, certainly there is a gap for further improvement, yoga. I hope that helps.
Thank you, thank you. This is actually a reflection from this exercise for our own self. Dr. Lai, would you like to share?
Yeah. Now, let's take honesty first. Sometimes I find myself too honest. And if you're too honest, people take advantage over you. I think honesty sometimes is not the best policy. It depends. It depends, right? Yeah, forward looking, I always have planned for my future. I look forward to what I do. I plan quite well on that. Well, I think I'm rather inspiring to my children. The rest, I do not know. Competent, I always do my best, whatever I do. All right. And I notice I'm quite consistent over time when I do these kind of things. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lai. And I think I've got to agree with the two very clear things you said, consistent over time. You have been consistent over time with many of the things we have dealt with. All right. So one more person, maybe Vanessa, you want to try?
I think yoga, too many things giving me to do already, but okay, you caught me there. Well, for me, again, I cannot just place a single number on everything here. It depends in the, like honesty, for example, yeah, that one is pretty consistent. But competent, I try to be very competent in the areas that I train in. I have to be, you know, but other than that, there are a lot of other areas where my competency level is different, you see, and still learning over there. But consistency, I must say I'm a pretty consistent person in wanting what I want and the way I do and carry out my roles and responsibilities. Yeah, I'm pretty consistent.
Thank you, thank you. I was
You're
hoping
welcome.
that Azohan will actually volunteer.
Okay, now is this volunteer or is this nice way of putting it, yoga? Okay, now actually, if I go back into what you have said earlier, if leadership is truly in people look at us in what we do, I don't think I can answer this. It should be someone reflecting upon whether I am honest, whether I'm forward-looking, inspiring, competent, and consistent over time, because they are looking at it, isn't it? That's one.
Yes.
Then the other, yeah, and then the other one is that you have actually brought back to what my book has been telling on A plus B equals to C. It's about attitude, behavior, and character.
Fantastic. Yes, very true. Very true, Azohan. This is actually how people looked at you, because leadership is about from the eyes of the followers, right? You cannot tag yourself as I'm a leader, I'm a leader. It is they who give you that title called a leader, right? So absolutely right, Azohan, that it is how people look at you. But I just wanted this to be a little exercise as a point of reflection for our own thinking and see where we are and what is our area which we can improve. All right. Thanks, Azohan.
Welcome, Yoga.
Okay. Now I'd like to actually do a brief summary and then take some question and answer. Now, what we wanted to talk about today was on leadership. And to me, leadership is about the ability to move a group of people from a state of compliance to a state of commitment. That's what leadership is, moving from a state of compliance to a state of commitment. You attempt to move a group of people through your leadership skills from a state of compliance to a state of commitment. How you do that? It's through your degree of influence. You influence a group of people, moving them from a state of compliance to a state of commitment. How you do that? Influence through your behavior, through your actions. Now, I keep saying leadership is a relationship. Now, there's another very important aspect in any relationship. And what is that? There's another aspect in this whole relationship of leadership is leaders need to provide time. Leaders need to provide time to be able to move that group of people from compliance to commitment, influencing them through behavior and actions. Now, this portion of relationship is because some leaders cannot provide the time. Busy, busy, busy. Now, if you do not provide the time, you will not build that relationship and not be able to influence your group of people from compliance to commitment. And founded on behavior and actions guided by the values in able to move these people from compliance to commitment, right? That was the major message which I wanted to touch today. Any questions? We can take some questions.
I think I agree. Can you show the last slide? That's what I was looking for.
Okay.
Actions and behavior, right? To influence. In other words, that a leader must be action-oriented.
Yes, of course.
Right? He must show good example. That means his behavior. Right? If he doesn't show good behavior, right, not action-oriented, then you find it is very good, right, to influence other people. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Moving people from compliance commitment to the degree of influence, and influence comes from behavior and actions. And another element, as I said, is time. Any questions? Any other questions? Mr. Kali?
In the chat, there aren't any questions.
No, Mr. Yoga, I'm good. Thanks.
Okay.
Clear.
Clear? Any other questions? Well, if there's none, then I have finished my session. Yupi, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for attending the session today.
Thank you, Yoga. That was very interesting, very enlightening.
Yeah.
Thanks, Yoga. Thank you.
Thank you, Yoga. That was nice.
Yeah,
We'll
it's
continue our conversation.
It's sweet and simple.
Thank you, Yoga.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you very
Yoga.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Yoga.
Thank you.
Thank
you,
See
Yoga.
you again. You take
All
care.
right.
See
Take
you
care.
again.
And we can stop the recording now.
Okay.
Yeah, we can stop the recording and have a
Teh tarik session.
conversation.